grab your bin, separate the parts that need to be descaled and cleaned to the ones you don't. Grab an injector bin, set that separately. The parts that get descaled, I'll put on the left. The parts that don't get descaled, go in the bin or on the right-hand side, whatever you prefer. I usually grab the cone nut, the body, the engine mount, the adapter plate first, and the rest I just dump on the table. That way you can separate them easier. Spacer, doesn't get it. All the springs don't get it. The barrel spring doesn't get it. That don't. Piston doesn't. Barrel, armature, spring cage, adapter sleeve, nozzle, needle, your plunger needs to be checked so it gets over here with the poppet. Your check plate, stop plate, stop, all that goes over there. Now you got one little ball bearing, put that in there, get the second one from up here, place it in there. That way you have two, you're supposed to have four. Solenoid screws, check them, make sure they're not stripped out. Once you've done that, you put them in there. You have 4 adapter plate screws. Do the same thing with them, check them, make sure they're not stripped out. Your adjuster screw, that goes in here. Now your dowel rods, you'll have 4 long and 2 short. You're supposed to have 6 dowel rods total. 2 short, 4 long. They go in there. Inspect the plunger. Make sure there's no nicks, grooves, anything like that.
Let me see. Okay.
Once you've done that, you get your barrel. And you check it for play. Make sure, move it side to side. If it wobbles at all, usually about 1/4 of an inch, it only goes up and down. If it wobbles at all, it's no good. Replace it with a new whole assembly. This one's good. Put that back. Now you take your poppet with emery cloth, wrap it around the top of the poppet tight, hold it tight, and spin it. Little by little, pull it out. And when you're done, it should look like that, nice and shiny.
Nice.
Put that in the bin. Now you start your descaling of the parts. Take the Q-tip, put the descaler. First one's the scaler, second one's alcohol, third one's calibration fluid. For the bigger parts, the green bin here is alcohol, and then you have calibration fluid. I take the descaler and coat it evenly all over the whole piece. Even the bottom side, make sure you get it all. And if you have, then I take the Scotch-Brite and I'll take it around the tip, down the bottom here. There's usually excess there. Take it, wipe it off, go back and forth. See, it's a lot cleaner. And I put it in the alcohol. And I go on to the next piece. Smaller pieces use the Q-tip for, the bigger pieces you don't have to. Make sure you get the whole thing. The alcohol. And side to side or circular motion, whatever you want to do. One side, flip it over, do the other side, and check the sides, run your finger over it, make sure there's no nicks or anything like that, no stains, no oil. If there's nothing on it, throw it in the oil. Let's go. Next part. And it doesn't matter what order you do them in either. as long as they all get done. Inspect each one of them as you're doing it. Make sure there's no damage to any of the parts. If there is, replace them. Now this adapter plate, I do both sides. It's the same thing with the armature. Check the sides. Just run your finger over it. If there's anything, any excess oil or anything else like that, with the descaler, it should come right off. Just double check it. It's done. Stick it in that alcohol. With the engine mount, I like to take a rag, more detailed. Let's go over it. Top and the bottom with it. And once you're done with that, put it in the alcohol. Now you start your cone and body. Take the cone, roll it. Then you just take this and around one half with it. The other half. If you have anything in the grooves in there, any oil or anything like that, just take the Q-tip and go around it. It should take it right out. After that, put it in the alcohol. Same thing with the body. Take the rag, wrap around the top half first, spin it, cleans up pretty good. And take the bottom half and just got the alcohol, and when I'm done with that, I take smaller parts from the alcohol and move over to the calibration fluid. You leave your nozzle for last. Shake them off, all the excess. Make sure you get all the parts. Okay, shake the nozzle off. Take your brake clean. Insert the nozzle, spray, spin, make sure all 6 holes spray. Put that in the calibration fluid. And I take the bigger parts from the alcohol to the calibration fluid. Shake them off as well within the calibration fluid. Okay, once you're done that, smaller parts from the calibration fluid, now you take them out and put them in your bin. Shake them off, put them in. And once again, make sure you get all the parts, because once they get over to build, if they don't have all the parts, they cannot build them completely. Stick the needle inside the nozzle. Just make sure you push it in. Okay, when you're done with that, Take your bigger parts out of calibration fluid. The cone nut goes in the bin. Your engine mount goes in the bin. Take your body. Check your body. Make sure nothing's leaking out of it. There might be some excess oil stuck in the body somewhere. Double check all that. Make sure it's clean. Okay, set it over here. Dry your hands off. Okay, your adapter plate O-ring. Take that, lay it down, push one side in, push the other sides in. Okay. Okay, once it's in the groove, there's a groove in there, take your pinky, make sure you go around in a circle, make sure it's in there flush. That one. That's what it should look like. Take that, put it in your bin. Take your body, take your outer O-ring, put your outer O-ring on, slide it down to the groove, your inner O-ring. Pinch it, stick it inside so half it sticks out. Take this, there's a groove down the side, stick it right below the groove, push on the O-ring so it's in the groove, and just push down on the O-ring and it pops right in.
Okay.
And that's the finished product.